Hello, my friends. My name is Ron. This is The Spirit Moves. I'm so delighted and glad to be with you today. This is a day that we can study the Word of God together. And I want to talk today about miracles. This is part one. A lot of people believe that miracles are not for today. A lot of people will say that it was for the prophets of old and that they are done away with when the prophets, the disciples, when they passed away, that this case came to an end. That is heresy. That means it is a lie that miracles are not still possible and are true in acting in today's world. A lot of people refuse to see a miracle because their eyes are blinded or they're not looking in the right place. So I want to talk today about a miracle that involves my dad. His name is Paul Cowan. He's a pastor. He's not with us today. He's in heaven. So this happened a few years ago. But the miracle, the thought about the miracle, thinking about it in my own mind, what he told me is so true. My dad was a pastor of his church. He had a friend named Bill, and Bill's wife named Judy. And they were close friends, and they worked together. My dad was in construction, and Bill was his co-worker with him. He had done construction, and my dad preached many messages, and Bill, he was in the ministry himself. He went to Bible college. He was assistant pastor for my dad for several years, and felt the need to go into Bible college to learn more, to get a degree. So they was very close. And one day, Bill said to my dad, he says, Paul, he says, have you ever been to Florida? My dad said, no, I've never been there. He said, have you ever swum in the ocean? My dad said, no. So he says, I got some relatives living in Florida. So if you'd like to, you and your wife to join me and Judy, I'd like to take you to Florida. It won't cost a whole lot of money. We can drive there, get there in a day, 24-hour period. And then we can have a look around. We have a place to stay. I got lots of friends that'll let us stay the night. So it's no problem. So it's yeah, that sounds great. So Bill knew all the special places to go. Botanical gardens, all kinds of lovely places that a person visiting might not think of to go unless they know someone to tell them the nice places to go in Florida, the key resorts or the key places. Now, my dad had never been in the ocean before. Now, we had the Pacific Ocean, which is in the Pacific coast out there by California, and that Pacific Ocean is cold. I know, I swam in it before. The average temperature of the Pacific Ocean is 75 degrees. That's cold. When you think about your body heat, 9 to 8.6, and you think about 75 degree water, there's a big difference in there, and you feel the cold. Most people that swims in the Pacific Ocean wears a sweatsuit because of the coldness of the water, and keeping a little bit the body temperature warmer. But the Atlantic Ocean is different. The Atlantic Ocean, the temperature of the Atlantic Ocean is probably 80 degrees or so, maybe 85. But it's nice and refreshing, the Atlantic Ocean. And so they decided to go out to the ocean for the first time. My dad was not accustomed to the ocean at all. Now, one thing about the ocean is a current undertow a lot of times, and you see the sand swirling around. If you're in water up to your knees, you can see it, just a swirling sand, nothing else. If you go up to your waist, you cannot see the bottom, but you can feel the sand as it moves across your feet when you walk. So when they went out, my dad went out, Bill was all out on the beach reclining with his wife. My dad decided to go out into the ocean. He was standing up to his chest. Yeah. And in deep water, he seen a big little wave coming. So he turned his back to the wave. It hit him in the back, almost knocking him down, but made his false teeth come out into the water. So my dad, for a couple of minutes, was trying to feel around with his feet because you can't get down because the water. So he's trying to feel around his feet to see where his teeth went, his dentures. He couldn't find them after a couple of minutes. So he walked out of the water. He's probably out in the water about 50, 60 feet. And then he had to go to the left. To his immediate right was another 100 yards or so to get Bill. And he said, Bill, I lost my dentures. I need them. And Bill said, where did you lose them at? He says, you go down about 60 yards or so, and you go into the water about another 60 yards, and someplace around there. Now the ocean is big, and to try to find the dentures by someone's approximation, I mean, my dad did not have a tape measure, to see exactly how far he was and how far he was in the ocean. But Bill said, yeah, I'll go look with you. Now, if you lose your dentures, you do not feel right. You can't talk right. You can't chew right. It's embarrassing. You can't get them remade because it takes, a while to make them. So you're in a world of hurt, embarrassment. And it's a costly adventure also. Get a new pair of dentures made. I know. So Bill went out about 50, 60 yards to where my dad says in the sand, and then he took an immediate left going to the ocean. It went out about 60 yards or so. And he's looking for the denture. The way you look is by your feet, because the water's too deep and you can't see the bottom at all. So Bill is out there walking around. What he was thinking about, I have no idea. But he went out there to look. My dad was standing on the shore with him. And anyways, Bill felt something bump his foot. Now, it's not I mean, there's a lot of things in the ocean that can bump because the sand is moving always in the ocean floor. So something bumped his foot once and backed away, and bumped his foot twice. He's curious. So he stuck his head underwater to where he felt something moving across his foot and picked it up. And lo and behold, it was a pair of dentures. My dad's dentures. That sounds like an impossibility. I mean, doesn't it? Or should people, well, that was a miracle. No. That's just the way things happen. No, my friends. That was a bona fide miracle. My dad witnessed it. Bill witnessed it. My dad put his teeth back in his mouth and it's good to go. Praise the Lord. Isn't that great? That things don't just happen. God wanted to bless my dad and wanted him to be able to enjoy his trip, because after something like that, if you don't find it, it puts a damper on the whole vacation. So that was a miracle. God wanted to show his power to my dad and to Bill by allowing him to find lost dentures in the ocean where the sand is always moving. Praise the Lord. That's so good. Miracles are for you today. A lot of people say that stopped from the apostles, but the Bible tells us so in 1 Corinthians. It talks about tongues will come to an end. Prophecies will come to an end. Actually, miracles to come to an end, but not until the perfect one has come. The perfect one is Jesus Christ. That talks about the second coming of Christ. When Jesus comes to call his people whole, all these miracles will stop. There'll be no more. And we'll be in heaven in glory with the Lord, praising the Lord forever. That's so great. That's good news. Next time I come back, I'm going to tell you about Miracle Part 2. You want to make sure that you hear about it, because it's just incredible what the Lord's doing today. A lot of people today needs a miracle right now. They have financial ruin. They got bills they can't pay. They got mortgages. They need a new job. And they need so much from the Lord, and they need an answer today or soon. The Lord knows what's going on. He knows what's going on. God knows what's going on in your life. He's interested. So call out today, ask for a miracle, and stand back and wait upon the Lord. Miracles do not always come immediately. Sometimes it takes a few hours, a few days, a few weeks, months. Because God has a way of making things to be in our way of process. My dad's miracle came right away. God's just so good to us. I want to encourage you to keep the faith, keep trusting the Lord, and He will. He could show you very many miracles in your own life. And when God does something special, no one else may know, but you know in your heart. And usually miracles are not most miracles are not witnessed by a lot of people, but only a few people. We are individuals to God, and He knows us. I want to encourage you to keep the faith and keep the trust, keep praising the Lord, and keep praying. God bless you, my friends. Have a wonderful week.